Imagine you're standing on a plot of dirt that's about to become your $100 million facility. You're part of the executive team responsible for this success, and that's a career defining project. Now ask yourself, how did we arrive at that $100 million number? To understand that, we've got to look at the EPC, engineering, procurement, and construction. These are firms that are hired to design the plant, buy the equipment, and build the structure. You tell them what you want, and they deliver it. They are the architects of your vision. And many of them are good people who work at good companies, but their interests and your interests aren't always the same. Let's talk about master planning. If you pull back the curtain on their master planning, you won't find a dynamic model. You'll find a massive, complex Excel workbook. And here's the danger. These things are fragile. A bad assumption or a broken formula can ripple throughout your entire CapEx budget. What if the spreadsheet says you need 10 loading docks, you get 10, but the math was wrong? You're only going to find out when the concrete is dry. So why isn't your EPC banging down the door to simulate? Well, you have to look at the incentives. First, there's the buffer of ignorance. EPCs are risk averse. If they aren't 100% sure, they don't optimize, they just oversize. They'll tell you that you need a bigger pump or a larger warehouse, just in case, because they're buffering against their own math using your capital. Second, simulation is high accountability. If a state-of-the-art model finds a major deficiency, it makes the original design look flawed. No one likes to be told their gut feeling was off by 15%. And that's why the push for simulation almost always has to come from you, the client. You're the one writing the checks. So when you suggest simulation, you'll hear, "We'd love to, but there isn't time in the schedule." And that's just not true. Simulation works in parallel with engineering. While they're doing the traditional design, whether it's conceptual or detailed, the simulation team is working just alongside them, providing feedback. We're stress testing their assumptions in real time. So it's not a delay. It's an insurance policy that runs alongside the project. But here's the real power of simulation, and that is that seeing is believing. In a spreadsheet, a bottleneck is just a number that looks slightly off. In simulation, you can actually see it happen. You can watch the material flow hit a snag. You can see the congestion building up at 2 p.m. You can see the line stop because a conveyor is misaligned with orchestration. When you see it with your own eyes, the tribal knowledge in the spreadsheets lose their power. You aren't guessing based on a static photo of a rail yard anymore. You're watching the trains move. You're finding the $5 million in wasted CapEx before it's spent. And you're moving from blind assumption to verified performance. So how are you sure you need 100 million, not 95 or 90 or 85? Are you really willing to bet that amount of money on a spreadsheet formula that nobody has audited? It's too important to leave to archaic technology. Demand the data, demand the simulation. Don't just trust the math blindly. You got to see the results. If you've got a question, drop us a line at info@autointel.io, and we'll see you next time.